Hi everybody, I'm Dr. Stoll. Sorry that I'm not going to be able to be in class on Monday or Wednesday, but I will see you Friday, so I look forward to that. Let me go over the syllabus and Brightspace for you so that you'll be familiar with the class and be able to complete the assignments that are due this week. So, first of all, you need to go to the content area. I have a Start Here page that you need to look at first. I would appreciate it if you would check out this video and then take a look at these as well. Then also, if you need support in any way, there are a lot of resources here available. So you might want to go to the syllabus and take a look at it. This next component here, or section in content, is the Q&A Cafe. So if you have, it's a discussion board. And so if you have any questions about the course that aren't like a personal question, like what's my grade, which is 0 by now, by the way, at this point, you can go there and ask questions. And what I would do is subscribe to this, because if somebody asks a question and you answer it before I get to it, I'll give you some extra credit. All right? So we will have a religious visit and group presentations. The instructions for those are here. And then let's go to week 1 just to see what's up. So first, you are to watch the videos that probably one video, probably going to do a long one that covers the syllabus and Brightspace. So you need to watch that before Monday at 4 p.m. Next, you'll need to introduce yourself in the discussion board below and also reply to 2 other classmates. Now, this is not one of those, hey, how's it going? Glad you're in the class. That's not really a good substantive reply. So you need to make sure that it's personalized and that it is, substantive. And also you'll need to take the quiz below by Wednesday at 9. Here it is. You click on this. There will be no time limit on it. So you can have like 2 screens open and have your syllabus there and take the quiz. I want you to do well, but I also want to introduce you to taking a quiz from Brightspace. And Friday, we will have a quiz on the introductory chapter. I haven't loaded that yet, but it will be right below the quiz here. And you need to read that introductory chapter and be ready for a quiz so that we can get started in week 1. Now, what I would do is study for the quiz as if you it's a serious quiz that you have to make 100 on, and I will give the quiz to you 5 minutes after class is started, and you can take 5-10 minutes. It shouldn't take long. If you do come in late for class, I will not give you the quiz, because I'm not going to have students taking quizzes, till halfway through the class. So make sure you're here on time. Make sure that you are ready for the quiz, and we'll get started right after that. So let's take a look at you're fairly familiar with Brightspace now. So let's take a look at the syllabus. We go to the simple syllabus, or you can go to the syllabus here. I like my syllabus better, but the simple syllabus is available, I think. Let's see if my chair has approved it. There we go. All right, nobody's viewed it yet because I'm recording this before the class starts. So read through the syllabus, and I will work through that with you briefly. But like I said, I prefer this hard copy of the syllabus, so I'm just going to go here. And that's not it. So yeah, looks like we will have to go back to the simple syllabus. All right, so this is really the common statement that we have for the mission of Xavier. I was not able to put the 9 o'clock class details in here, but maybe I can get that done before classes on Friday. But you are to meet at 5:01 in the library, 8 o'clock for the 8 o'clock class, 9 o'clock for the 9 o'clock class. Here's all the normal stuff you want to look through to see what we're doing in the class. Here's my information. I am my office is not in the theology department. It is in the Center for the Advancement of Teaching. It is on the 5th floor of the library. If you walk out the elevator, it is to your left, and usually there's somebody there. You can come see me during my office hours, but I'm often there when it's not my office hours. But I would ask that you make an appointment. You can book me, and or just email me and say, hey, are you going to be around at this time? Because I am there more than just these few hours. Also, if you do come by and see me in my office, either via Zoom or stop in, I will give you 40 points added to a quiz grade. I really want to get to know you, really want to meet with you and answer any questions you have, so please come by. And yes, if you come by more than once, you will receive 40 points on your quiz as many times as you come in. As long as they're substantive and you're not just going, hey, can I get my 40 points and leave? I won't be able to do that. All right, if the campus closes because of a hurricane or other emergency, you know that you need to come to Brightspace as soon as possible. And I would encourage you to use Brightspace rather than Pulse. I'm not sure because I don't use Pulse, but I think some discussions are not don't show up on Pulse, so all of your assignments that are due won't show up on Pulse. So what you need to do is go to the content area for that week, every week, and see what assignments are due so that you don't miss any. I am writing a textbook. I've been doing this for a couple of years because we had a great textbook, and with every edition they added about 100 pages to it and probably $40 or $50 to the textbook. So I don't want to do that for you. So your textbook is written by me, and it is free, and it will be loaded onto Brightspace as we need it. All right, here are your learning outcomes and all of that. Course policies. Send me an email or use the Q&A cafe if you need to get in touch with me. Also, the 2 before me rule. Don't ask me a question that's already on the syllabus, because when you do, I will send an email back to you saying, hey, check the syllabus. All right. I want you to look there first. Again, this is a 1,000 level class, so you can't miss more than twice the number of weekly class sections. So I guess that's 6. So if you do come in late and can't scan in or forget your ID, then you need to contact the attendance, contact me and send this copy to me so that I can update your attendance with the attendance office. FE, if you miss those too many times, you will fail the class. All right, here's the important part: quizzes and active learning. So you'll probably get a quiz on every chapter that you read. And in class, I'll often do an active learning exercise that will be graded just like a quiz. And that's just, to make sure that you're keeping up with the class and that I'm asking questions that might be relevant to the essays and the other assignments. So you need to be in class for those. There's no makeup on the quizzes or the active learning, but I do drop a couple of quizzes. Next, you'll do a group project. We'll talk about that in a minute. Everybody does a group project, and you'll be assigned groups, or you can sign up for groups after the first week so that you can choose which one you'd like to do. You also need to do a religious visit or a church visit. You can only visit a tradition that is not your own. So if you're Baptist, you can't go to a Baptist church. You need to go to something different. You could go to a Lutheran or Catholic. You could go to a mosque if you want to do that, or even a synagogue if you'd want to do that. Your church visits, because of COVID a few years ago, a lot of religious groups now have their services online. The church that I attend does that still. And so if you can't get to a service, if you have problems with transportation, or you're just too nervous to go visit a church on your own, you can do the visit virtually, but you will need to give me the link in the paper that you will do for that project. We'll have 3 essays. 2 pages, single space is usually how I do them, and I'll talk about those as we go along. So this is a writing and reading intensive course, just like all theology courses are. You can get extra credit if you want to do an additional religious visit. I used to not give extra credit, but if you go to an extra service and learn from it, I think that's great. So you need to talk to me about it and write an extra paper on it, and there is a due date on the schedule below. All right, you can read through all of these. The presentation, you can record it if you want. Because of, remember, COVID, some folks liked to record their presentations and then just play the presentation in class, which is fine. Make sure everybody is included. Everybody in the group is included, and it's creative, it's organized, and you cover all the material, and that is listed on Brightspace. The 3 single space essays, they must be submitted on time through Brightspace. If Brightspace is down, email me the paper before it is due, because if you email me the day after and said, hey, Brightspace was down, that's not acceptable. All right. So if you upload the wrong submission, 20 points are going to be taken off. Watch for plagiarism. These essays are very personalized and individual, so AI is not really a good idea. I do allow you to use Grammarly because I am dyslexic myself, and I use Grammarly on emails and everything, and it's a great help for that. So you can use it there. Also, as I get older, I get softer, man. I'm going easy on you folks. If my students 10 years ago would have seen this, they would have been upset. But I do have an oops policy, because sometimes we have a bad day, right? And this is for your written assignments, like your church visit or your essays. It's not for quizzes and that sort of thing. So if you're having a bad day, as long as you email me before it is due at 11:59 and say, Dr. Stoll, I'm going to turn this in late, you'll have 24 hours to turn it in, and it will not cost you any points. All right? So you can do that once, so be selective. But I've found that, I have bad days throughout the semester. So I want you to be able to do this so your grade won't be dramatically impacted because of one bad day. You're welcome. More explanation of grades, more academic integrity policy. I take this very seriously. I do not, if you plagiarize, you're going to get a 0. If you use AI to write your assignment, I'm going to be honest with you. I work at the Center for the Advancement of Teaching and Faculty Development at Xavier, and we have been researching AI for the past 3 years to make sure that we're helping faculty learn about AI. And there is not a reliable program that can check and see if your paper was written by AI. So if you have another professor that says, oh, this is written by AI, you make a 0 and talk to me about it, because there's really no way to do it. However, AI does not write papers as specific and personal as I'm requiring you to write. So it will be obvious that because it's going to be so generic that it won't fit the rubrics and it won't work. So if you do generate an assignment, an essay with AI only, the best I think you could ever make would be a C. So don't do it. And I will be talking to you a lot about AI this semester because I really want to help you guys. It's something really important for your future and your work after you graduate. So I want to help you as much as I can, and I'll be glad to do that. All right, here's my AI policy. So we have these are course outline and schedule are automatically generated through Brightspace. So you'll see that the syllabus quiz is on that, but it doesn't generate it from the discussions. So don't just go by this, because there is a discussion board due on whenever it's due, Tuesday or Wednesday, whatever that is. Your assignment schedule is here, so we will be going according to this schedule unless something happens. And in the last 3 or 4 years, something generally happens, either a hurricane or rains too much or Brightspace goes down. So, but this is a general outline, and we will be following that. For every chapter that you read, you will be doing a quiz prior to class. It's an online quiz through Brightspace, so don't forget about that. And I think that's everything. Let's see. When you do sign up for your presentations, here are the due dates. So if you want to do a presentation on AME, then you will present it on this date. And Baptist, it's this date, and those are not flexible. So make sure you're going to be here. And this should be the end of this survey through Brightspace and your syllabus. So have a great week. I will see you on Friday.